What's up, guys? We just got back from our local Harkins movie theater and we saw the film Carrie, based on the adaptation of Stephen King starring Sissy Spacek and John Travolta. I've seen this movie before, and that obviously taints my thoughts on the matter, but someone who hasn't seen this movie before is Drake.
So for starters, the movie started off like a softcore porno. We were in the girls' locker room, full frontal nudity.
Titties and bushes.
Yeah. And
George and all.
The B's and B's.
You get George Jeb.
But then the movie plays out, and then we get to the scene that everyone knows. I haven't seen Carrie, but I'm very familiar with the story. I don't know anyone who doesn't know what happens, regardless of if you've read, watched, or haven't, any of those.
You've heard of it. Well, you know.
Everyone's heard of Carrie. It's just one of those things.
It's very large in pop culture.
Mm-hmm. And I really felt bad. It played out, and even though I knew it was coming, I didn't want it to. I was very happy for Carrie. I was like, it's prom queen. That's that. She, submits her mother with her telekinetic powers. But none of that happened, unfortunately, and the pig blood prevails. Not only did I feel bad for Carrie, but another character that I really felt bad for was Tommy.
Tommy Ross.
Tommy was, in the beginning, was mean to Carrie like everyone else, but he ended up turning it around, and he was a really good guy during the prom and everything. And
I don't know if he was mean. It was more of
kind of like,
his girlfriend was telling him to go out with another girl, essentially.
Yeah, and it's not like he was mean to her directly. The main thing I'm thinking of was whenever Carrie complimented his poem and he didn't like it.
Oh.
Kind of thing. There was that scene. But he...
I don't know if he didn't like it. I think
he said you suck.
I think he was telling the teacher he sucked.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Well,
because the teacher was making fun of her. I think he stood up for her.
Okay.
Or did you have that? Do you think that differently?
I did.
You had to flip around. Okay.
Yeah.
I
thought he was talking to Carrie because everyone else was seemed to kind of like it, and then Carrie said something, and then everyone was making fun of the poem, kind of thing.
Yeah, he was telling the teacher you suck. That's why he didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess Tommy was pretty good the entire time then. And I really felt bad for him because he gets taken out by a bucket.
I knocked him out, but then Carrie killed him.
Yeah, Carrie did kill him. Also, were they even really laughing at her?
No.
I didn't think so. There was the one girl in the hat that was actually laughing at her. Everyone else was just in shock.
Well, she was the first person that she saw, and then that triggered it.
Everyone else was...
Yeah. That her brain instantly went to the thought that everyone was laughing at her. In reality, nobody was. It was only that one girl. Maybe another person. Well, besides, the people.
Even the other girls weren't even laughing that were next to him. None of them were. She tried to elbow this guy and was join in, but he was the Italian guys weren't going for it.
The girl in the hat was the only one that knew about the plan. Besides the guys.
Yeah.
But even some of the guys who were in on it weren't even laughing.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, that's unfortunate. She ended up killing the people that, deserved it. They weren't in the initial panic rage, but they ended up dying a very funny, horrible, gruesome death. And then obviously the mom also died because she is psychotic.
Yeah.
And,
the house comes tumbling down. The devil's got them.
Was Carrie the one that did that, or what?
I think her anger was. Well, she was dying, and her anger, because she got stabbed, so obviously she was bleeding out, and so I think out of rage and the fact that she killed her mother, she couldn't control her feelings, and she brought the whole house down.
Okay.
That's what I assume.
That makes sense. Yeah.
But.
And then honestly, I also do feel bad for the who's the main girl? Sue. Because
I feel bad for the teacher as well.
Yeah, well, the thing is that Sue now has would have what would be called survivor's guilt.
Yeah.
And not only on top of that, but she would just feel guilty in general for a sheer fact that if...
It's her fault.
Yeah, and she didn't mean to. You know, it wasn't like she meant to put Carrie on that stage or anything. She just, like, she initiated having Carrie go to the prom.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing she did.
That's all she did. But it's the fact that if she didn't set that motion in the first place, none of that would have happened at all. And so she's gonna have to live, like, usually if you, like, look and listen to, like, people who were in situations like that, they feel guilty. I actually saw this one thing about, like, there's, like, 19 or so people who survived the 9/11 attack who were, like, above the impact, like, point of impact, and they have, like, a, you know, a sense of survivor's guilt kind of thing. Cause
they had no control over it.
Yeah, they have no control over it, but it's just something that happens, and I would imagine that she would probably have the same thing. I mean, if you saw, she had, like, the dream sequence at the end that kind of shows that. So.
But man, killing the entire, like...
The entire
class.
The entire senior class.
Yeah. And more than that, too.
She would be the only person who would be graduating, probably.
I don't think they're having that ceremony.
Yeah, that's more of an in memoriam graduation more than anything.
But, you know, it's too bad Carrie died.
Yeah, I know. It was worse than the senior class that died in Final Destination. I don't know why I'm bringing that movie up. It's just that's the only movie that I can think of that had a massive class death.
It was worse than all the people that died in We Are Marshall. You've never seen that?
Never seen that.
I told you about it though. It's the movie where if you don't know, it's the movie where the entire Marshall football team and coaches and fans die in a plane crash, which is based on a real thing that happened. Actually, it's not based. It is like almost 1-to-1.
And then we see him in Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. But overall, I thought it was a solid movie. It's obviously, like we said, the story of Carrie, everyone's practically born knowing it, and it's just ingrained in pop culture. So if you are a horror fan, it is a must watch. I think it took me, as a 20-year-old, took me too long to see it.
Yeah, what the heck, man?
I know. There's a lot of movies.
I watched it when I was 11, and it was a porno.
Oh my god. Honestly, I feel like that's what this movie review stuff is practically. It's like, hey, Drake, you didn't grow up looking at this classic movie. Here you go.
And then when Drake brings a movie here, it's just like this.
Are you crapping on my movie choices?
I mean.
We don't. I probably have chosen like 0.5% of the movies we've actually reviewed on camera.
But yeah, that's pretty much the premise.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna give Carrie 3 Jesus rubber plants out of 5.
I was gonna go on a different scale. I'm still gonna do it. I'm giving Carrie 3 out of 5 discount Star Wars actors.
Oh, I was actually thinking of bringing Tommy into it, so that would have worked. Oh yeah, I was thinking about making a joke calling this the Star Wars The Rejects.
Which it was. It is. This is Star Wars The Rejects.
Ben told me in the theater, I didn't know this, but apparently...
He thought I was kidding.
He initially told me that all the girls in that scene was rejects of being
Princess
Leia. And then he adds the fact that the guys, which, I mean, really the only guys that were in it were Tommy and John Travolta. Unless you're talking about, like, also, like, the back...
I think some of the backside characters also did.
Were discounts for
Star Wars.
Luke rejects.
Yep.
So, that was pretty funny to hear.
You can go on YouTube and actually see some of the auditions and stuff. For, like, you can see Tommy's audition specifically. But,
I might look at it. Cause honestly, I think he would have been a cool Luke, personally, with his long, curly blonde hair. Obviously, Mark Hamill was the best choice, but I think he could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
Well, I'm Ben.
I'm Drake.
And this has been one of the longest movie reviews we've done in the past.
So we got sidetracked like 3 times.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And we'll see you tomorrow.